Hi guys and welcome to Wrestling Figs. I'm going to be reviewing the Big Boss Man WWE Network Spotlight edition, exclusive to Toys R Us, in the blue attire. So Big Boss Man debuted in 1986 as Bobby. Who gives a shit? He debuted in 1986 anyway. By 1988 he formed a tag team with the One Man Gang and faced and he attacked Hulk Hogan and faced a team with the One Man Gang known as Twin Towers, which later on went and faced the team of Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage as the Mega Powers. Through this time, that's when Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan had that massive fight and bust up, and with the Miss Elizabeth thing what happened. So it was during a tag team match. Hulk Hogan went to check on Miss Elizabeth. Randy Savage was basically getting double teamed, eventually won the match, and then that's when he went and attacked Hulk Hogan in the backstage locker room. But anyway, getting back onto Big Boss Man, so he was quite a big part of the late 80s. He then obviously went on to single wrestling career as the Big Boss Man. And what he used to do was, after he won the match, he used to handcuff people up to the ropes, and he used to beat them up with either a ball chain or one of these. And they shot myself. I actually thought I was going to hit my fingers then. But with a nightstick, that's what he used to do, basically handcuff them up and beat them up with one of them after the match. He went off for a while and he came back to WCW. He joined NWO for like a little while, but it didn't really last that long. Then he came back in 1998 to 2000. In 1998 he came back, but he came back in the black attire, which I believe it's Elite 49 or something. The Elite just come out, maybe Elite 50, it's just come out of the Big Boss Man in black. And that's when he actually joined Vince McMahon as one of the first members of the corporate, obviously Vince McMahon's corporate team, and he was Vince McMahon's bodyguard for like 2 years. He had some good feuds with a few people. I've already mentioned a few, but another good feud he had was with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 15 in was it a Hell in a Cell match? Obviously Undertaker won the match, and then it was sickening, and still to this day, obviously people say he did have a harness underneath his thingy, but literally Undertaker put the rope around his face, and the way that the Big Boss Man character just came out, like, it literally was red in the face, purple, well, even purple in the face. Some people said, how the hell did WWF at the time get away with what they did? Basically, he was hung up by a piece of string. When the Hell in a Cell went up, he was going up with it, and obviously, like, people did say, obviously, well, I don't know, obviously I wasn't there, but he had like a harness underneath, but it was all a bit sickening, it was all a bit weird, it was freaking brutal, that was what it was. It was absolutely brutal, absolutely amazing. It obviously made for a really good storyline. It was brutal, but yeah, then Big Boss Man came back in the early 2000s. Another good rivalry he had was with Big Show, and that was over the WWF Championship. So Big Show actually did go to, Big Boss Man actually went to Big Show's dad's funeral and actually tied the casket, Big Show's father's casket, to his car and literally drove it around the cemetery, with Big Show once obviously crying like a little baby, jumping on the casket, falling off. And Big Boss Man has been part of, like, even if you say Big Boss Man, someone would be like, right, yeah, I know who he is, but I feel like he actually has been a big part of, like, some of the weirdest storylines in WWE. I don't say he's been a big part of it, like he's won 500 titles or anything like that, but I would say for weird storylines, like basically getting hung by Undertaker, nicking off with Big Show's dad's casket, or Big Show's dead dad, and then he did go into so he's been part of some really weird and wonderful, if not promos and storylines. He did obviously go to Big Show's mum's house and like literally make her tell her that Big Show was a bastard, and just some other random stuff which is really weird. But obviously back in the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, they could get away with stuff like this. I think Big Boss Man's last year was in 2003. He had quite a lot of matches on the Saturday Night Main Events. Eventually, he came up against Bill Goldberg. I think that was one of his last matches. He came up against Bill Goldberg, and I think not so long after that, he did end up getting released by WWE in 2003. Big Boss Man was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016. Obviously, waiting like a 13-year long. He did die. Was it 2000? Was it 2006? He died. Maybe it was 2006 he died? I can't remember. Well, he's dead anyway now, but he did get inducted into the Hall of Fame, so really I should be saying, introducing the 2016 inductee Hall of Fame, Big Boss Man. So anyway, let's get into this figure, let's have a look at this figure. So that's just a little bit about the Big Boss Man, so I'm going to get into the figure and I'll be back with you shortly. So guys, in the figure, and this one, unfortunately, it does have them stupid bloody loom bands, which I hate so much. But we'll see how much of a problem that actually causes me. I'm going to end up snapping his arm off here. Oh wow, this is absolutely stupid. I didn't think it was going to take me as long as the Mick Foley one did. That literally took me 5 seconds, so I thought, oh, this one should, and it isn't doing. Yes, he's out. There's actually a little crack in the box, but that doesn't matter too much. Oh, it's supposed to be like that, never mind. These stupid things will be literally the death of me. Absolutely bloody annoying. Sorry. So, the Big Boss Man figure, got some accessories with him as well. Actually on offer at Toys R Us at the moment for £9.98. It was like 20 quid normally, or 23 quid, because it's a Toys. I think it's Toys R Us exclusive. Spotlight, WWE's Network Spotlight edition. So yeah, I've already told you a little bit about Boss Man. So he does come with the trunchable sort of baton thing, which is a bit bent. Why do all these come bent? He comes with a nice cool pair of sunglasses, and he does come with some handcuffs which are like rubbery. Not really that great. I thought they'd probably just come with a. To be fair, I thought he'd just probably come with like some plastic ones which you could just put into like his pocket, because what am I going to be able to do with them? Do you know what I mean? I thought he'd come with just some plastic ones. So the figure I'm sat like a right girl. So the figure itself does look pretty cool. Obviously the facial scan does look good. The uniform is quite detailed. Big Boss Man, he's got like the sash thing, which this is the thing which they could have developed on. So that is like a sash thing, which I think he has like a little bag which he has his handcuffs and his baton and everything else in a troll thing in it, where they've just painted it on. So maybe they could have added that to it. To say it is a special edition one, they could have actually added that to it, but never mind. So he's got the black pants with the yellow stripe down there. And yeah, it's a quite big figure. Obviously, Big Boss Man was like 6'4", was he? 6'6", and about 320 pounds or something like that, 140 kilos. So yeah, he was a big man. It's about 26 stone or something like that. Big man, good for being a security guard. Obviously, this is the blue attire. So like the late 80s, early 90s figure. So I've actually got another figure to put up with the 80s shelf. So I put his cool sunglasses on. Them sunglasses do look pretty cool compared to some of the other sunglasses I've had in the past. I will put his handcuffs. I don't know why you won't even care about his handcuffs, to be honest with you. No. Oh wow, this figure is actually done made in already. What the? Oh, you get that, you get the handcuffs, and you get this cool chap. The handcuffs are doing made in. Let's just put that on. It doesn't feel right. I don't get. Oh well, I'll sort that out later anyway. But that is the Big Boss Man. I'll show you. I should really do this with most of them because you probably don't really get a good enough picture. But it's really detailed, and yeah. So from one half of the corporate security team. Oh, also Big Boss Man actually did have a SummerSlam match. I was meant to mention about this because we are on the day before SummerSlam and everything is all about SummerSlam. He did have a SummerSlam match which I've totally forgot about, and I've totally forgot who he even faced. And I swear it was for the WWF Championship, and I've totally forgot. Unless it was Big Show he faced at SummerSlam and Big Show did beat him? So I was on about obviously the storyline with Big Show, and I think that might have been at SummerSlam actually, where Big Show defeated him. But talking about SummerSlam, anyway, I've totally messed this last 2 minutes up, so I'm going to stop talking. But like always, thanks very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and from both of us, hopefully we'll see you next time.